Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Cassandra and in today's video we will compare the Viltrox 23mm f1.4 with the Sigma 16mm f1.4. I will start off by quickly mentioning the very obvious differences. We have the focal length, we have 23mm and 16mm, but especially because of this difference, I just want to see the compression of the background, the blurriness of the background, these little image details that I think they are beautiful in both lenses. Then a physical difference is that the Sigma 16 is bigger, heavier and more expensive compared to the Viltrox 23, but when it comes to build quality, both lenses are excellent. Sigma has a strong build quality, but Viltrox is full metal and glass, which again is a strong build quality. Last year I did a comparison video between the Canon 22mm f2, that little pancake, with the Sigma 16mm f1.4, which we will compare today with the Viltrox 23mm. Yeah, I used to have that 22, I currently don't have it anymore, because if I would, of course I would compare that to the Viltrox 23 because it's a similar focal length like 22, 23, it's almost the same. We have the same background compression, but this time with the Viltrox we have an f of 1.4. Now let me tell you, there are things that I loved on that 22mm and there are things that I like at the Sigma 16. I loved that the 22 had that background compression, but still it was wide enough. But I liked that f1.4 of the Sigma 16. Then the Canon 22 was a pancake lens. It was very small. Now we have the Viltrox, which is 23mm, which give me the same background compression that I liked about the 22. We have an f of 1.4 that Sigma was giving me, and it's also lighter and smaller compared to the Sigma 16. It's kind of the best combination between these two lenses that I used to love, and we have the Viltrox 23. We will compare the bokeh, the autofocus and the overall image look of the Viltrox 23 and the Sigma 16mm. I got the Viltrox lens on my Canon M6 Mark II and the video settings will be set to 180p 30 frames per second. I will use the same video settings on the Canon M50 that has the Sigma 16mm on. Now, because the lenses are both f1.4, we will use the same exposure settings on both cameras. I also have the same picture profile on both cameras. I got CineStyle on both, so we will have a quite fair comparison when it comes to the image quality and the overall look of the image. As I said, the only difference is gonna be the compression of the background and how wide the image looks like, and overall the bokeh. I try to get myself in the frame like the same way, the same distance between my head and the top of the frame and the bottom part, but as you can clearly see, the 16 is wider. You can also see the reflection in the mirror compared to the Viltrox 23, which you can't really see any reflection in the mirror, but you can see the other camera. This is how everything looks like. Check the bokeh in the background. for this type of a mid shot. Another thing to notice is how the 23 is more flattering when it comes to faces. Like the Sigma 16 kind of highlights my nose. It looks a bit bigger compared to the Viltrox 23. Everything is more compressed in the background and we have like a nice face look. Now for this specific part of the video, I turned image stabilization on the enhanced mode on the Canon M50 with the Sigma 16mm, so I can get a closer type of look because the image stabilization crops in the image, so now the Sigma 16 looks a bit more like the Viltrox 23. The last comparison that I want to make is the vlogging test, because you are able to vlog with both these lenses. Of course, the Viltrox 23 is gonna be more tight and close up to your face compared to the 16, which is wider. But if you really stretch your hand, or if you use like a tripod or so, you can vlog with the lens. You have no problem with that. I used to vlog with the 22. You can clearly vlog with the 23 as well. So yeah, let's see the look overall when it comes to vlogging. You saw a video comparison of these lenses, but the same things kind of apply for photography as well. Now, the only difference is the focal length that makes a difference in the background and the bokeh. So yeah, one is tighter, one is wider, background compressed, wide backgrounds. Both lenses perform well. You can say that one is better than the other, and they are both f1.4. So after all, everything goes to user preferences. What do you like best? A wide angle despite the little distortion you can get, or do you prefer a compressed background and a little bit more blurriness? Except for the focal length, the overall image quality and the look of the image, it's not that big of a difference, so maybe you like them both. You don't really have a preferences. You can go either way. So at the end, the difference is gonna be made by the price of the lenses, the weight and the size. I won't share my preferences because you have to make your own decision. I don't want to influence you in any direction. I think both lenses are great, so you make your choice. The internet is already full of individual reviews of these lenses, so you can further search and decide what you like best. I will also come back with dedicated reviews or video tests, photo tests of these lenses, so if you want to see more of this type of content, subscribe and stay tuned. That was it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which lens and which look you like the most. And yeah, that was it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.